Sure-Farm is our project initiated by the European Commission to find solutions for the many challenges that the European farming systems are facing. And that I'm not talking only about the farms, but also about the other actors around the farm. So including the chain actors and the neighbors of the farms and all the other actors. Yeah, why Sure-Farm? That's a good question. Well, we need a structured approach to think about resilience and to think about the resilience questions in Europe and to find solutions to enhance the resilience and to think how can we improve that in different situations in European agriculture. Yeah, so the main contributions of our project is going to be improved ways of looking at risk management, improved ways of looking at farm demographic situations. We want to enhance and we want to empower the policy decisions towards more resilient agriculture. And especially what our main contribution is that we involve not only the farms, but all the actors around the farms as well. And that is the uniqueness about our project.
So I'm leading Work Package 1, which is the first work package of the project, and which is the main aim of which is to set the framework for the project. So in the first work package, we set the definition of what we mean with resilience. So what is to be resilience, to what, for whom. But we are also defining a typology of the farming systems that we are going to analyze during the project. And the third element of the project is that we are developing scenarios for EU farming systems, which basically provides the set of variables to which the EU farming systems should be resilient to.
I'm leading Work Package 5, and the main goal of Work Package 5 is on the integrated assessment of resilience and sustainability, and specifically on the delivery of public and private goods. So public and private goods include both the economic viability, agricultural production, but also public goods like social and environmental issues.
Well, the goal of the work package I'm leading is to better understand risk management decisions taken by farmers in the European Union, but also to develop new strategies to cope with risk, whether they are from environmental perspectives or are of economic nature, the risk, or even institutional risk that farmers face. So in that work package we develop new strategies to cope with these risks, for example developing new insurance mechanisms, using also new technologies such as satellites or improved weather modeling approaches. But an important component in order to develop that is to understand how farmers actually make their decisions under uncertainty and risk. And to that end we conduct surveys where we elicit the preferences and perceptions of farmers, but also try to better understand how resilient the farms are using surveys, workshops and interviews.
In Work Package 3 we work on demographic issues, and on the one hand we address issues of farm structural change. We all know that during the past decades the number of farms declined almost everywhere in Europe. A second issue which we address is the demographic change of the labor force of the agricultural sector. We already now see that in some regions, some sectors, labor force is scarce, and we are not just talking about the agricultural sector as a sector which is based on low-skilled labor and which is based on local labor. But what we see is that agricultural sectors are relying on international workforce. People come into the regions and in the future these processes may be very decisive whether a sector can develop, or whether it has to change dramatically just because, for example, in the dairy sector, the farms are no longer able to find persons who are feeding the cows or milking the cows.
Well, we are leading Work Package 6, and Work Package 6 comes very much at the end of the project. It's about implications for the enabling environment. The idea there is basically to integrate the different findings that have been done in the different work packages about what or how the enabling environment should look like to stimulate the resilience of farming systems. Enabling environment, then think about policies, infrastructure, supply chain relationships, education, extension. So in the first part of Work Package 6, we're going to integrate the findings for the different work packages. What are the characteristics of an enabling environment for resilience? In the second part of this work package, we're going to develop roadmaps to implement these integrated implications and identify priorities, identify who should change what, so that our recommendations can also be effectively put into place.
My work package is on the policies, and policies, we are talking about the common agricultural policies, but also about all kinds of national policies, and we analyze the influence of the policies on the resilience of the agriculture, because sometimes policies can encourage farmers to become more resilient, but there are also many policies that hinder farmers.
You've been holding the Congress Sure-Farm this week, and we would like to ask you, how do you get the stakeholders to engage in Sure-Farm?
Okay, stakeholders are crucial for our project because we are trying to come up with new policy proposals for European Union agriculture. So we want to have stakeholders participating and engaging in the project because their view is essential. How do we engage them? Well, the idea is they want to provide their views, their interests, their expectations on how policy should be developed. Then this is the bait that we provide them to give them a floor and a voice so that they can make suggestions and even participate in the policy.